Today is the introduction to the mobile application development course. We were going to be using CodeHS. Why mobile apps? Well, as of 2018, over 51% of all global traffic originated from mobile devices. With more connected devices than ever, mobile apps make exploring, engaging content, and learning things easier than ever. With the Internet of Things and more connected devices coming into the households, over 50 billion connected devices are out there today. Being able to code apps for those devices is important and necessary as mobile application makers and developers. Learning new content and connecting others easier and more effective. React Native is a component based framework, building native in JavaScript and React. This means that code you will run on both Apple and Android devices, making the process for building more efficient and reliable. React is a declarative, efficient, and flexible JavaScript library for building user interfaces. With the use of modular components, React Native is quick and helps you build apps in no time. Major companies like Airbnb, Facebook, Walmart, Tesla, SoundCloud, Instagram, and even companies I used to work for that created mobile apps for companies, they all used React Native to build their mobile applications. You've likely heard of HTML, and as a matter of fact, we watched a video on it. HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. It is a presentation language and is used to display information, whether it is text, images, tables, or other elements. XML is Extensive Markup Language and is a framework for defining markup that is used to display, store, and send data. It provides more options when dealing with data. The syntax is somewhat similar to HTML with open and closed tags. However, XML is not confined to the predefined elements seen in HTML, like the headers, tables, and so on. We will be using React Native components like text views, background images, and more, and also creating our own custom components which will serve to display and send data. JSX will be used often in our React Native apps, which is a preprocessor step that adds XML syntax and structure to JavaScript. This means you're allowed to add JavaScript variables, logic, functions, and more inside the React Native render function. A big issue with HTML is you cannot add a logic-based dynamic language inside the markup. So JSX uses curly braces and provides a much more dynamic and custom experience with the use of JavaScript. Expo is a free toolchain built around React Native to help you build Apple and Android apps using JavaScript and React. Expo helps configure and run the various components of the app and makes it easier to run your apps directly on the CodeHS platform or on your own personal mobile device. Before we dive into this course, it's important to note this course does require some experience in coding, specifically with JavaScript, as well as a little HTML and CSS knowledge. This is why I showed the videos and added the videos to Canvas. Of course, you do not have to be an expert in those languages. However, having a little familiarity with the syntax, vocabulary, and functionality will provide some help. Also, React Native is a professional framework developed by Facebook and used by successful companies, but is still being developed and tweaked every year. So this course may require some research, documentation lookups, and most importantly, determination and positivity. In wrapping up, in this course, we're going to learn about a lot of different concepts and components so we can make apps like those we use every day. We'll learn how to style our app, add buttons and user text boxes, make apps with multiple screens, scroll through content, and much more. As you go through this course, you're going to hear some different voices from CodeHS. They've had a lot of different developers work together to bring you the content.